Yeah, Robin, that's absolutely right. Of course, it was a very, very short deliberation. It is a civil trial, so the burden of proof is smaller than it would be if it was a criminal case, which suggests why the jury took so little time to deliberate. It was a case that really just took just over a week or so. We heard from E. Jean Carroll, who testified over several days. We also heard from two of her friends that said that Carroll contacted them after the assault took place. And we also heard from two other women that also alleged that Donald Trump had sexually abused them. The defense didn't put up a case, instead hoping that the jury wouldn't find E.G. Carroll's testimony credible enough to rule in her side and find the former president liable. Of course, as you rightly mentioned, Robin, they did, when it comes to sexual abuse, also finding him liable for defamation, which is why Donald Trump will be paying E.G. Carroll $5 million in damages. The former president is not happy about the decision at all. He was railing against it on Truth Social shortly after the verdict on Tuesday. He's taken back to social media this Wednesday, taking to Truth Social. He said it was a rigged hoax. He says a travesty of justice. The verdict is a disgrace, and he reiterates in his opinion that he has never met E. Jean Carroll.
And we're also in court Republican Congressman George Santos, who's been indicted and charged. What with?
Now, Robin, let me run through the counts that he has been charged with. 7 counts of wire fraud that bring with it the possibility of 140 years behind bars. 3 counts of money laundering, each with the possibility of 10 years behind bars. 1 count of theft of public funds, again bringing 10 years maximum in jail. And 2 counts of falsifying records that were given to the House of Representatives. Each of those 2 counts bring with it the possibility of 5 years behind bars. Now, this really centres around 3 main tenets that prosecutors were looking at. The first is that George Santos is alleged to have directed a political consultant to fraudulently get campaign funds that were used privately by George Santos, or so the charges allege, that he used on things like to buy clothes as well as to pay off credit cards. Another, that he allegedly fraudulently claimed unemployment benefits from the COVID-19 pandemic relief funds to the tune of $24,000, even though at the time he was on a $120,000 or so salary from a financial firm. Also charges relating to him allegedly inflating his worth in financial documents that were given to the House of Representatives. Now, George Santos hasn't publicly commented since those charges were brought, but he has in the past denied any wrongdoing of that sort. Robin?
Will, many thanks. That's our correspondent Will Denslow in New York.